to 421 edition of InvestData Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, I will tell you that the global stock market has opened in the green. And you can see that the MSCI, sorry, that's speaking now, is already up by about 0.2% in the green for the global stock market. And Asia, Europe, and the US market are not left behind. These are contributed to the MSCI I've just mentioned. Consider that this is a global world index for the stock market. But as we speak now, market is in green. After the market have also closed higher, or in positive for the previous, week. I mean, for the global market, looking at the world, the MSCI. For me, it's a good one that the global market is also looking forward to what? Looking forward to April, inflation report from US. And not only that, also all eyes are still on this data will determine whether there will be what rate cut, in this the month of June, or that is just coming ahead here. And at the same time, we are seeing that this data that emanated from China and also from US has also kept the global economy, in expectation of this, US inflation data. But before we go further, I want to look at what is happening, in Asia. Asia market, as speak now, has also opened, in a light green, almost from 15, 15 top for 15 weeks top. For me, it's such a good one that we are seeing that market, but because we are seeing a mixed data, in China, it's also reflecting on that market. But most of the other regional market in that region are also in green. But you can see that in US and China, we saw that yes, if there's a sign that they're expanding now. We saw that the inflation, inch up instead of inflation was they are experiencing before now, which is a good sign. But if you look at the producer price index also, we see that it has slowed down to almost a 19-month low. That is why I say it's a missed data. But the government in China are not looking back, trying to pump money into the economy, but also also investing in their bond and all those stuff that have changed the sentiment in that market. For me, it's a good one for that region. But good thing is that we have to take note of this, that there is matter of sell in May and come back in October. Sell in May and go and come back in October. But you can see that the way the market is the full, so this is the first full trading for the month of the second first trading of the month of May. Then we are seeing that the market in the last week was in green. Global market also was started also in a positive light for this week. For me, it's a good one. But let's keep that if this matter will hold in that mature market. But rather, when we look at the way of our own market, the African market, which is mixed, but we're seeing that the NGS are speaking now is slightly what in the red. But our market here in Nigeria have defied sell in May for almost over a decade, 7 times in green, and only just 3 years we saw it in the negative. But that trend will continue this time in Nigeria. We'll also come and discuss that when we come to that market. But as we speak now, because of this data that we're expecting also from this US and also in Europe or Eurozone, we're expecting also to see GDP figure from there. These are the things that also don't forget that last week I told you that the Bank of England has given a sign that yes, that rate cut is imminent in that economy by after the end of their central bank meeting. And also ECB have said it before now that yes, that that they are moving toward to rate cut to boost the economy. We have seen that when there's high interest rate, that always sophisticates a lot of economy because of high cost of funds. That is why we are seeing that this mature economy or the central banks are looking in area of what costing rate, especially in EU. We are seeing that there's a little slowdown in the inflation in that region, both in England also, but in US we have seen that for the past 3 months there's kind of uptick in inflation. But we expected that this the month of April inflation, if it can slow down to focus of the around the down to like 3.6, that also signal if this rate cut will be the thing that investors will have they have in their mind again, because this economic data will make the market or break the market. That's why this morning I'll tell you that consider there's a thin line where the market is going, but this week we expect to see what will shape this market. It is this data that we're expecting. Also, if you look at the the corporate earnings that have come so far, but in this week we see that a lot of companies are set in US, in Asia and even in Europe to release their word, to release their number. And the good thing that we're seeing that if you see improvement in terms of expectation for all these earnings, because the one that's already have given an insight to what they should be expected, because they have seen that there's increased what in performance in terms of earnings for for US market. S&P as we speak now has about almost 80%, on having a expected any company that have tracked increase performance in terms of their number to around 7.8%, well ahead of the of April expectation of around 5.1. You can see that numbers there, and also all eyes are still on what on some tech companies that are yet to result in like I mentioned in Europe, in Asia, and in America. These are the things that are going to shape the market, and that's why I tell you, anywhere you are trading, once you understand how to invest with numbers, how to invest with all these economic data, it has a way of what of informing your business decision and how focus is going to influence your take. So I believe that this the US consumer price index will determine if there will be earlier than September record that was earlier envisaged by the chairman of Fed, or this this figure was expecting to push it to start from the month of June. Let's see this figure, and this figure will give us a clear direction what is happening in that environment. For me, there's no cause for alarm. All we don't need to do as investors is that we have to keep our finger crossed and invest wisely. It's not the time for you to panic in any market you are investing. Like I told you that in Asia, we're giving an insight to what is happening in Europe, which is a Eurozone. This expectation of a GDP figure and others are what the market is expecting that will shape activities in that market this week. But I believe that once these figures hit the market, they're about to beat expectation. That also influence market players' decision. But back to US market, as we speak earlier, have edged higher this morning, despite the expectation of CPI, which is a consumer price index. The market on Monday has opened on a stronger note. Continue the recent positive sentiment we have seen in the previous week, even when the expectation of a release of inflation data is ahead. But you can see that investors are very optimistic at this point that they have seen the positive quarterly result that came from one company, and also if these figures go, it has to also factor into the nearest or the decision where the market is going from here, depending on what the state of this figure has been expected. For good news that we are seeing that Dan Jones is in green, S&P is in green, and also we are seeing that even now that the tech company is also in green. This is a good news for the market right there as we speak. But good thing also that is very, very important that investor anywhere you are investing, as you see all this key data or this macroeconomic data, how do you analyze it? How is it going to affect the economy? Which sector will benefit from it? These are the things that is very, very essential that you and I, when investing, must understand them. But if we have a hotter than expected inflation, that might give that it might be as from September, or there might not be possible of rate cut again this year. But when we see this thing cooling as expected, that might also trigger. But we expect that most of the policymaker in the Fed committee, policymakers, all of them will be kind of having where to speak this period that to end their mind what's expected. That will give investors, also even the chairman also was able to speak one of the Dutch central bank also, where they also be discussing. These are the things that also will shape the market as we speak. Also, don't forget that the arm holding of most companies that are also into arm production with the essence of this artificial intelligent chips. We are seeing that this is going to impact most of the companies that in that business that also have a way of using chips. Also, don't forget that we are seeing that like trade tariff and all those things starting already within China and US. That might change the face of trade. But I believe that most positive numbers that also come from Japan, as well, expect to see some earnings in that environment that will also have a way of influencing the market positively. For me, there's no cause for alarm, but good thing that the consumers in China are coming up again to see that they are out of what deflation now. They are also seeing that for straight 3 months, I think that inflation has grown from for the state, which is a good one for them. So that's an improvement in domestic demand in that second largest economy in the world. For me, it's a good one for China, and these are what will guide the investors or in their taking their investment decision right away, because these numbers has what is telling you on whenever it's released to the market. I believe that also the new tariffs I've mentioned earlier is expected also to shape trade between China and US, and these are the two largest economies in the world. Don't forget that anything that happens to these two economies, it has the world also affecting other economies around the world. We saw that crude oil also marginally marginally in the green, but we saw that over the previous week, we saw it closing lower, but we are seeing that trying to rebound again. Crude oil edge up slightly as we speak now, This has a lot of, as a further digest what the direction of China economic data, that here this is the second largest economy that also has that they have the highest demand. When China economy is looking up, that is that it's a pointer that crude oil price will go up because of there will be demand for it. But when you see the economy struggling, it also send a signal that also. But one thing that there's a contrast between a contraction of what we put there, direction of between the inflation that's going, and also we're seeing that China producers the price index so contrasting in the month of April. This was almost 19 straight, the lowest in 19 straight month, which also suggests that it's a signal that is there a ban? Is there no price going up? These are things that investors are looking to really know exactly where the China economy is also going. But there's no doubt, we're seeing that there's a progress in that economy. Let's see, wait and see. For US, Australia is a market to watch. Don't forget that this is a place where tech companies are dominated, and at the same time, all the strong banks, the biggest banks in the world, were seeing their results positive. That's why I said the earnings for Q1 in US and in China and also in Asia and in Europe has also given a direction for those companies for 2024. Put here back in Africa, who are not left behind. Africa market is mixed. NGS, as we speak now, is marginally in red after closing also on the negative side for the week. We saw a very domination or dominance for the week under review, which is for that ended May 10th. But today we are seeing a negative start again at this hour, which I believe that going to the week we might see a change, because already if you look at the market internal, we are seeing that we are seeing marginal green. We're having about 26 gainers against 25 losers, which is a good one that we are seeing this kind of position. Says that funds are very coming to the market. We'll come to the chart and discuss that later. Yes, let's quickly, before we come to what the market is doing right away now, let's quickly look at the numbers that recently released to the market. I want to look at what this number that came from the agro business sector, what the company there has done for the first 3 months of the year 2024. Here to start with the OKOMU oil. OKOMU oil, you can see that the number for OKOMU oil is a pretty impressive number. We saw that their Q1 number is in 3 months of 24. The gross revenue or turnover moved from 24.21 billion toward 43.48 billion. That is 80% in the green. This is huge. Also, we are seeing PAT at the end of the day. And we see that these companies, we see that their interest income is also coming. Essentially, finance income, sorry, not interest income because they are not bank. Finance income, even when their finance cost is also looking up, but because these companies are also invested in most of these treasury bills, they are seeing they're also making money. I see the word finance income. For me, it's a good one. But at the end of the day, so that OKOMU PAT stood at 15.08 billion against 10.18. That is 48% up in the grid, and that translates to an earning per share of 15 naira 81 kobo against 10 naira 67 kobo that was posted in 2023. At the end of the day, you can see that the profit margin of OKOMU decreased from 42% in 2023 to 34.7% in 2024. Yet, we're seeing a robust balance sheet here, and also their operating cash flow is also in green, not in red. For me, it's a good one for OKOMU. But the latest news that yes, that this insecurity is also threatening OKOMU operation. It's also to have a factor into operation for their second quarter number. We don't know how the extent, the attack, on their farms and all those that affected the operation. But before you see their MD coming to cry out that this is affecting them, if not, they're going to shut down and leave the country. It's also a thing that also to consider. These are the things that the government should look into, because we're seeing that these are ways that insecurity is also by the government of making revenue. If this company move, you can see that what their profit tax is, that means they would have paid good tax to the government. But if they are not operating, we not so to understand. Also, so for the time for the government to review the tax system in Nigeria to see how this headwinds we are seeing and the grooming economy we are seeing. Yes, we expect that the economic reform with time start yielding fruit, but at this time that we are seeing the impact of the reform on the economy, there are some way government can cushion all these things so that the companies will not be affected. Especially this insecurity is threatening not only OKOMU, a lot of business in Nigeria. People cannot move at night. We need to work on our security to attract both foreign and local investors at any given time in our economy. This is the number for me. It's a point that from a company that's having 15 naira 81 kobo for first quarter, you can forecast what we expect to see this company. That means something less than at the end of the year, around 70 to 60, around 65 to 70%, 70 naira, sorry, around 65 to 70 naira earning per share, and that also support a good dividend from this company. And don't forget that in their last year, we saw that they pay 4 naira as interim and 14 naira. At the end, it's a total about 18 naira. No, 18 naira for the stock is still around the 252 or 54. This is not a bad number at all. For investors should also keep trying to see how can they invest and take advantage of this impressive number and managing from what the agro business sector. Yes, we move to PRESCO. I will tell you that PRESCO number is outstanding, and you can see the impact of what expansion in any company, which I want every participant in this class this afternoon to also understand when a company is expanding, it's expanding, it's building capacity. There's a time to come, the company start reaping it. I think that PRESCO is reaping the impact of what expansion. Remember 2 years ago or and a half that when PRESCO acquired another oil palm company in Port Harcourt, we can see the impact on the number. And the time they were acquiring, this company is already at break even. That means coming in is for them to start making money because they understand the business of palm oil and all those stuff. For me, it's a good one and that are reflected on their full year 2023 number that we are seeing. PRESCO paying almost 26 naira, 30 kobo for the year. They paid 24 final and 2 naira for 2023. This is a sign where they're going. And at the beginning of 2024, the numbers are coming with what at exceptional. This number, I will tell you, is charting on a new direction for PRESCO in industry. And I see this one is like investors that are to play defensive should know where to put their money for defensive and at the same time for good dividend at the end of the day. Yes, I see that PRESCO number for me it's a very good number. Looking at the scorecard of PRESCO, the revenue moved from 21.92 billion to 42.55 billion, representing 94% green in what for the top line. It tells that this PRESCO is also entering into new market, expanding. You can see it reflecting on the top line. At the end of the day, after cost of sale and all, we're seeing a profit after tax of 24.06 billion for 2024 against 9.96 billion in 2023. It's about 141% or 142% in the green when you put it. For me, it's a good one. And it's translated to what an earning per share for first quarter of 24 naira 1 kobo. 24 naira 10 kobo, sorry. 24 naira 10 kobo at the end of the day. And against what 9 naira 96 kobo in 2023. And this also, for me, looking at the profit margin, I'll tell you, this is one of the second best profit margin apart from one I've seen from DTQ about 67%. I think this is the highest one. We're seeing 56.5% in profit margin against 45.44% in 2023. This is for me is impressive number to give a sign where what PRESCO is going for 2024. If you look at PRESCO operating cash flow, yes, I saw a slowdown in their operating cash flow from 11.8 billion to 9.47 billion in 2024. For me, it's a good start, but like I tell you that when you see a company earnings is moving up and operating cash flow is moving to the other side, it's a matter of time. Just watch it that if you continue, that earnings we are seeing will not be sustained. But let's watch to see what PRESCO operating cash flow will look like for Q2. But they are giving us a sign where they are going. If you look at the balance sheet, I'll tell you the balance sheet of PRESCO is strong and robust. And also, if you look at shareholders' fund and the retained earnings of PRESCO, a point that investors in PRESCO or shareholders are waiting for what good harvest going to the future. We have seen this 26 naira 30 kobo they paid for 2023. We're going to expect more because if a company have posted 24 naira 10 kobo for the first quarter of the year, we're forecasting an earning per share of what 100 naira for PRESCO for what, and even a company is earning 100 naira and they pay 50% of that, that's about 50 naira to a dividend. I tell you, we will see anything PRESCO less than 500 naira before the end of the year. That means PRESCO has an upside potential for those that are designing and long-term investor. This is a way to look at as we speak now. Because of our time, we quickly go back to see what the market data is saying. If you look at the market data right away, the market is doing 98,071.02. Market is down in the red by 162.74 basic point, representing about 0.18, which is almost 0.2. For me, it's a good one. But yes, because we are seeing that market is going to a strong support level to rebound. But I tell you, the activity I think that we are seeing activities increasing because of what people coming back to see as we trade now. I think that we're having as I told you earlier, a marginal positive market breadth or internal. We're having a 26 gainers against 25 losers. And now the top losers as we speak now are Royal Exchange, E-Transat, Guinea Insurance, Regency Insurance, and what, and C&I Leasing. But on the gainer start, we're seeing that we're seeing the life of Fertilizer and TIP, which is the initial PSC. We're seeing Universal Insurance, we're seeing a Sterling Bank, and also Ikeja Hotel. Yes, before now we're seeing the band of Mansard this morning. We're speaking now, it has adjusted down again. But if you look at also the in terms of activities and volume traded, we're seeing that Access Corp is leading, traded at 31.3 million shares, followed by Universal Insurance, 30.8 million shares, UBA at 53 naira 60 kobo after adjusted for the dividend. We're seeing that it's trading about 25.8 million, followed by Regency Insurance, 21.5 million share, and the last day is what on the top 5 is a Transcorp at 12 naira 20 kobo, traded 12.3 million share as we speak. Yes, today we have seen the price of stock that were adjusted. The share price of NACO was adjusted for dividend of 2 naira 54 kobo, and that of UBA was adjusted. Abebe building also was adjusted today. These are the stocks that were adjusted for what, for dividend this morning as we speak. These are for investors to have a clear direction where the market is going. And that is going to go a long way to guide investors on what to do going to the future. Yes, because of our time, we quickly look at what the chart. Since our time fast spent, let's look at what the chart is saying in the market right away. The chart is also side trending as we speak. You can see it here from here to here. This is a trending chart. It is very easy for you to understand. Let me quickly make it bold, but we can see that the market is trending, and when we trending, automatically the market is already at what we call a distribution phase. You need to see it for yourself. Let me open it now. You can see that the market is trending right away now. You can see it's trending. Yes, you need to pay attention to this market trending. Once either a breakout up, a breakout down. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that it remains on the board. Don't forget that this place where my person now is it is strong resistance. A breakdown of this one was also confirm a total what a markdown or what we call a decline phase. Right now, we're seeing you can call it some call it accumulation. Also, for me, this is what a ranging market also already at what at a distribution phase. Because we're not seeing move here, any move that is up, that is fine. I would say a markup or down, a markdown. So this trade now, the market is what we call distribution phase right away. This is the state of the market as we speak now. But let's call other indicators that also give us insight on what the market is before our time is spent. Let's quickly go to those what we need. We need MACD, we need money flow, we need what the T line. T line, anyone in this class understand what the T line stands for us. T line has to be what 8 days moving exponential. 8 days moving average exponential, you can see, and it tells you that yes, right away you can see that the market is already flat on that on a day chart. A breakout up down also timing. But the MACD has gone a bit bullish but very weak. I want to see that money flow that has gone up is also looking down now around below 50 now, around 44. This on a daily time frame. If you look at the 1 hour time frame to see the state of the market, on 1 hour you can see that markets also can see where the market is right away now. You can see for yourself, market is trending here. I can see the state of the MACD also marginally bullish or weekly. How would I put it now? Not like weekly bullish. I don't know that exists, but this what the bullishness of this stock at this time is weak, or the market is not strong. I can see that money flow is below 50 points on the 1 hour chart. If you look at the 4 hour chart, so we'll not take 1 or 2 stocks to look at before we call it a day because of our time. Let's quickly look at the 1 or 2 stocks before we call it a day. Yes, on 4 hours chart, the same pattern was seen that the market is also trending, and you can see that MACD and money flow is also reading around the 52.16. You can see this for 4 hours chart. Let's keep our finger crossed. For a quick one, we'll look at what is happening to Mansard that we saw on the green this morning. Let's look at Mansard very well. Look at Mansard. Yeah, on the 4 hour chart, now you can see that Monster is picking up. You can see that it was a breakout. As we speak now, it's doing around 5 naira 48. You can see it here. It has touched 450 this hour. You can see that money flow is looking up already. MACD is also bearish. That is for 4 hours. If you look at the 1 hour chart for the stock, a day chart for the stock, to give us a clear position of it. You can see for a day chart for Master what is saying and see the position. Money flow is flat here, and quickly look at the 1 hour chart for the same stock. On 1 hour chart, you can see it has gone up. We'll try to resist peak line. Look at what is from here. You see that there was a little gap up here this morning. On the 1 hour, can see, but the stock, you can see that the profit taken a hit. The stock even at 50, 5 naira 50 people has gone down to 445 right now to speak. But money flow is looking up after coming low below 20. It's up now around the 15.1.6 as we speak. But MACD is still also bearish. But what that if you look at the histogram here, the center this was center here is longer. It's a sign. If this thing continue to the week, that also signal a rebound, a full rebound in the stock. On this note, I will say thank you and see you on Wednesday. For any question, feel free to call or WhatsApp on our channel or our social media and the chatting platform. I'll say see you on Wednesday and enjoy the rest of your trading day for today. Bye.